Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, and felt the weight of your own life pressing down on you? That quiet, gnawing feeling that whispers, I'm not where I should be. I'm not enough. Something has to change. That's the moment that matters most. It's uncomfortable, yes. It's unsettling, but it's also alive and it's calling you to action. Every great transformation begins with this discomfort, with the recognition that life is slipping by, that time is moving faster than your dreams. You can feel it in your chest, the tightness of regret, the fear of wasted years, the quiet ache of potential left untouched. And yet this same feeling, when faced directly, holds a secret power. It is not here to punish you. It is here to wake you up. It is here to remind you that you have a choice, even tonight, to start a change that can ripple through every corner of your life. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like if that pressure, that anxious whisper, could be transformed into fuel. Imagine the clarity of knowing exactly what to do, the surge of energy that comes from taking control, even in the smallest way. Most people drift through their days, waiting for some big sign, some monumental event to push them forward. But what if the sign isn't coming from the world? What if it's been inside you all along, sitting quietly beneath the fear, waiting for you to notice it, waiting for you to act? This is that moment. Right now. You are not powerless. You are not trapped. You are on the edge of something profound. And one simple choice can pivot your entire trajectory. It's not about luck. It's not about waiting for circumstances to align. It's about a single deliberate action, one habit that holds the potential to ignite change faster than you ever imagined. You might be skeptical. You might think, one habit? That can't possibly make a difference. But consider this. Every habit you have today was once a single small choice repeated over time. Every skill, every strength, every ounce of resilience you admire in others started as a simple, often unnoticed action. The difference between the life you have and the life you desire is not more luck, more time, or more opportunities. It is focused, intentional, consistent action. And tonight you can take the first step. You can begin a habit that, when practiced just once, can create momentum when practiced consistently. It has the power to rewrite your story. By staying with me until the end of this video, you will discover exactly what that habit is, how to implement it immediately, and why it works on a level so deep it reshapes your mind, your energy, and your outlook. You will feel a spark of possibility tonight that most people spend their whole lives searching for. And once that spark ignites, you will understand something powerful. Change doesn't have to be slow. Transformation doesn't have to be distant. It can start tonight with one deliberate choice. And from that choice, a new life can begin. The question is not whether change is possible. It's whether you are ready to seize it. And tonight, you can. Right now, you might be feeling a mix of hope and hesitation, the pull of possibility tempered by doubt. That is natural. Every mind, every heart struggles with the weight of what feels like impossibility before it steps into the power of action. But consider this. Every moment you hesitate is a moment that life continues without you. Every second spent waiting is a second where your potential quietly slips away, where your dreams shrink under the pressure of inaction. The truth is that most people never experience real change because they underestimate the cost of staying the same. They underestimate the quiet erosion of time, the small compromises that accumulate until they become a life half lived. And you listening to this now know deep down that you are capable of more. You know that the ache you feel is not punishment. It is a signal, a reminder that your life can be transformed if only you act. Think about what it would mean to step fully into your own power tonight. Imagine the release of tension as fear and doubt no longer hold sway over your mind. Imagine the energy that floods your body when you take a decisive step forward, however small it may seem. There is a psychological truth behind this. Action creates momentum. Even a single, deliberate act of courage rewires your mind, floods your body with the chemicals of motivation, and strengthens the neural pathways of confidence and capability. You don't need to wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect timing, or the perfect alignment of life circumstances. Action itself is the catalyst. And when you act, your entire perception of what is possible begins to shift. You discover reserves of strength and clarity that you never knew existed. Now, imagine the alternative. Imagine allowing another night, another day, another month to slip by without claiming what you know is possible for you. Every delayed choice chips away at confidence. Every unseized opportunity compounds regret. Fear tells you to wait. Doubt tells you to hesitate. And yet deep inside, your own instincts, your own intuition knows that the only thing separating you from transformation is the decision to begin. One choice, one action, one commitment that says, I refuse to be held back any longer. That is all it takes to break the cycle of waiting, the endless loop of hesitation. That is all it takes to create a ripple of momentum that touches every corner of your life. There is an urgency here, a quiet insistence from within that cannot be ignored. It is not born from pressure or shame. It is born from the truth of your potential, the undeniable knowledge that you were meant for more. Tonight, you can honor that truth. Tonight, you can step into a habit that aligns with your highest self, that unlocks clarity, energy, and progress faster than you ever imagined. It is deceptively simple, yet profound in its power. It is not a temporary fix, a fleeting burst of motivation, or an empty promise. It is a deliberate, actionable, and transformative step, one that once embraced sets in motion forces that compound, creating a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. The choice is entirely yours, and that power, right here, right now, is already within your hands. Right now, the question is not whether you can change, but whether you will allow yourself to believe that change is possible tonight. Your mind, your heart, your body, they are all capable of far more than you give them credit for. Every limitation you feel is a construct, a pattern that has been reinforced by inaction, fear, and doubt. But patterns, no matter how ingrained, can be broken. Your mind, your habits, your entire life trajectory can shift in a single decisive moment of clarity and courage. This is the power of understanding the truth. Transformation does not demand perfection. It demands choice. It demands the willingness to step into discomfort, to confront fear, and to take action before the doubts have a chance to multiply and paralyze you. Consider the science behind this. Every time you take action, your brain releases chemicals that reward progress, that wire your neural pathways toward momentum and resilience. Every deliberate effort strengthens the circuits that support confidence, discipline, and courage. Action, no matter how small, is the signal that tells your mind you are serious about growth, that you refuse to remain trapped in the cycles that have held you back. And once that signal is sent, the mind begins to align with your intention. You begin to see opportunities you would have overlooked. You begin to feel energy and clarity where there was once doubt and hesitation. The simplest choices, repeated with focus, are the seeds from which extraordinary lives grow. You might feel resistance. You might feel the pull of old habits telling you it's easier to wait, to sleep, to ignore the pressure. That resistance is proof that the change you are about to embrace is meaningful. Resistance is not the enemy. It is the sign that you are on the threshold of growth. The stronger the pull to stay comfortable, the greater the reward waiting on the other side. Your fear is not a signal to stop. It is a compass pointing directly toward what you must do. Every step taken against that resistance is a declaration of your power, a confirmation that you are capable of shaping your own life, of bending the trajectory of your destiny with deliberate choice. And imagine the shift that occurs once you take this step. Imagine the liberation of finally feeling in control, of seeing tangible proof that change is not a future event. It's happening now within you in real time. One small action becomes a beacon of possibility. One habit embraced tonight begins to cascade through every aspect of your life, your energy, your focus, your confidence, your sense of purpose. The chain reaction begins instantly, even before the world around you notices. Your thoughts become sharper, your decisions clearer, your actions more deliberate. You are no longer waiting for life to give you permission. You are claiming it. Tonight, you have the opportunity to step into this truth, to embrace the habit that has the power to transform your life almost overnight, to harness the momentum that begins with courage, fueled by belief, and reinforced by action. You are capable of more than hesitation, more than doubt, more than the patterns that have kept you stuck. The power to shift everything, to ignite your own transformation is already within you. You only need to reach for it, take it, and let it carry you forward. One step tonight can be the difference between a life of waiting and a life of unstoppable growth. The choice is yours, and the moment is now. Think about the life you have right now. Every choice you've made, every habit you've allowed to take root has led you to this exact moment. Some of those choices have lifted you. Some have weighed you down. But the most powerful truth is this: none of it defines you. Your past does not determine your future. Every second you breathe is an opportunity to start anew, to pivot, to claim the life you've always known is possible. That sense of possibility, the one that whispers, I could be more, I could do more, I could live more, is not a dream. It is a call to action. It is the recognition that you are capable of change tonight, that the smallest, most intentional step can unlock doors you didn't even know existed. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they underestimate the compounding power of small, deliberate actions. One moment of courage leads to another. One choice to act, to push forward despite fear, creates momentum that grows exponentially. Your mind responds to movement. Your body responds to direction. Your life responds to the habits you embrace. Change does not require grand gestures or monumental shifts. It requires clarity, commitment, and the willingness to act when most people hesitate. The very act of taking the first step rewires your perception of what is possible. It floods your mind with confidence, your body with energy, and your spirit with purpose. That one habit, simple yet profound, is the catalyst for this transformation. Resistance will rise. Doubt will whisper. Your mind will search for reasons to delay, to wait, to avoid the discomfort of growth. And yet, that discomfort is not a signal to retreat. It is proof that you are on the edge of something meaningful. The intensity of that resistance mirrors the magnitude of the reward waiting for you. Every hesitation you push through, every fear you confront, strengthens the neural pathways of courage and perseverance. Each small victory compounds, reinforcing your identity as someone who acts, someone who does not wait for life to happen, but who makes it happen. You are capable of rewriting the story of your life, of breaking patterns that have held you back for years, even decades. And it begins with one deliberate action tonight. Now envision the shift that occurs when you embrace this habit. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a sense of accomplishment, clarity, and focus that feels almost electric. The tension that once weighed you down is replaced with momentum. You notice things differently. Opportunities that were invisible yesterday become obvious. Your decisions are sharper. Your energy is higher. Your confidence is undeniable. One choice has created a ripple, and that ripple grows steadily, touching every area of your life, your health, your relationships, your productivity, your sense of purpose. The compounding effect of a single habit is astonishing, almost magical, and it is accessible to you. Tonight you have everything you need. Courage is within you. Clarity is within you. The ability to act, to break through resistance, to seize momentum is already inside. The only thing that remains, your choice. The decision to stop waiting and start transforming. That one habit practiced with intention has the power to change everything. Tonight you can make that choice. Tonight you can set in motion a force that carries you toward the life you've always known is possible. It starts now. It starts with you. Your transformation begins tonight, and nothing will ever be the same. Every thought you allow, every choice you make is shaping the person you become. Your habits are not neutral. They are declarations of who you are, who you believe yourself to be, and who you will become. The truth is that life does not wait for you to feel ready. It does not pause for hesitation, indecision, or fear. It moves relentlessly forward, and every moment you spend avoiding action is a moment where potential slips quietly through your fingers. But within this reality lies your greatest opportunity. The very fact that life is unstoppable means that you have the power to align with it, to harness its forward motion, and to ride its momentum toward your own transformation. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are at the helm of your choices, and every choice you make can propel you toward growth, toward mastery, toward the life you are capable of creating. The one habit that will change everything is not a secret reserved for a few. It is deceptively simple, yet profoundly effective. It does not require extraordinary talent, wealth, or connections. It requires clarity, consistency, and the courage to take action when every part of your mind wants to wait. This habit taps directly into the core of human psychology. Our brains respond to repetition, to measurable progress, to the feedback of accomplishment. The moment you engage in this habit, you send a signal to your mind, your body, and your spirit that you are serious about change. You are no longer a passive observer of your own life. You are an active participant, a creator of momentum, a force that cannot be ignored. And the beauty of this is that the results compound almost immediately. One small step tonight triggers a cascade of progress that reshapes perception, energy, and identity. Resistance will rise, as it always does. Your old habits will call out, convincing you that waiting is easier, safer, smarter. But the intensity of that resistance is a marker of the importance of what lies ahead. Every time you confront it, every time you push through, you strengthen neural pathways of resilience, courage, and determination. Every action you take against hesitation rewires your brain for success, making future choices easier, bolder, more aligned with the person you are becoming. The habit you are about to embrace is not about perfection. It is about alignment. It is about creating a rhythm of action that transforms your energy, sharpens your focus, and solidifies a sense of control over your life. Picture what it feels like to step fully into this power tonight. Imagine the clarity of mind as fear and doubt begin to dissolve. Imagine the surge of confidence as one deliberate action ignites momentum across your thoughts, your decisions, and your energy. That ripple extends to every area of your life. Productivity becomes easier. Your body responds with vitality. Your relationships gain depth, and your sense of purpose grows stronger with every passing moment. This is the extraordinary power of one habit, executed with intention. It is a key that unlocks doors you never even realized existed. Tonight, everything changes. The hesitation ends. The doubts fade. The habit is simple, yet the impact is seismic. You hold within your grasp the ability to shift your trajectory, to ignite a chain reaction that transforms your mind, your energy, your confidence, and your life. One deliberate choice right here, right now, sets this in motion. The power is already inside you. You only need to act. Every moment you hesitate, life is moving without you. Every second spent doubting, postponing, or questioning is a second where your potential quietly fades into the background. The truth is that waiting does not create change. Waiting only strengthens the habits of inaction, the patterns that hold most people captive in mediocrity. But your mind, your heart, your body, they are not designed for stagnation. They are wired for growth, for movement, for progress. Every cell in your body responds to action. Every thought, every feeling, every decision can either pull you forward or hold you back. And tonight you stand at a threshold, a point where a single deliberate action can set your life in motion toward a new reality, a reality that feels impossible only because you have yet to claim it. The habit that will transform your life overnight is not hidden. It is simple, clear, and accessible to anyone who is willing to act. Its power lies not in complexity, but in precision and consistency. It engages the deepest parts of human psychology, the part that rewards effort, that craves accomplishment, that thrives on progress. When you take this action, your mind sends signals of possibility. Your body releases energy that pushes you forward. Your confidence begins to rise almost effortlessly because you are proving to yourself that you are capable of more than fear and doubt have allowed you to believe. One small step tonight triggers a ripple effect that touches every aspect of your life. What seems minor in the moment compounds into massive shifts in energy, focus, and achievement. Resistance will not disappear. It will rise louder than ever because it knows what is at stake. Your old patterns will tug at you, whispering that comfort is safer than growth, that hesitation is smarter than action. But resistance is a signal, not a barrier. The intensity of the pull shows exactly where transformation lies. Each time you act against hesitation, you are not only creating momentum, you are rewiring your mind to see obstacles as invitations to grow. You are building strength in your character that cannot be taken away. You are proving to yourself in undeniable terms that your life is not determined by circumstances, but by the choices you make, the habits you form, and the courage you summon in critical moments. Now, envision the shift that occurs when you fully embrace this habit tonight. Imagine the sense of clarity that floods your mind, the confidence that radiates through your actions, the energy that propels you forward with precision. That single action sets in motion a cascade of transformation, affecting your productivity, your focus, your relationships, your health, and your sense of purpose. One deliberate choice creates a chain reaction that grows stronger with every step, every repetition, every moment you continue forward. Momentum builds, confidence deepens, and the sense of control over your life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can change. The hesitation that has held you back dissolves in the face of clarity. The fear that has whispered wait fades as your first action ignites a chain reaction of momentum and growth. The habit is simple, yet its impact is monumental. You hold in your hands the power to transform your life, to claim energy, focus, and purpose you once thought was out of reach. The choice is entirely yours, and the moment to act is now. One step tonight, taken with intention and courage, sets the trajectory for everything you have ever wanted. You are ready, you are capable, you are unstoppable. Right now, you may feel a tension inside, a mix of fear and anticipation, because deep down you know change is possible, yet it demands something from you. That tension is not a weakness. It is a signal, a sign that you are alive, that you are aware of the gap between who you are and who you can become. Most people avoid this tension, hiding behind excuses, distractions, and comfort. But the most extraordinary lives are built not in comfort, but in the moments where discomfort meets action. Every great transformation begins with a single choice to move forward, when everything inside urges hesitation. That choice is yours tonight, and it carries more power than you can imagine. The habit you are about to embrace works because it is precise, deliberate, and aligned with how the mind and body respond to progress. Neuroscience confirms what intuition already knows. The brain rewards action, and momentum compounds faster than you think. One intentional act sparks chemical signals that boost confidence, energy, and clarity. It creates a feedback loop that reinforces courage, focus, and determination. Every repetition strengthens the pathways of growth, resilience, and mastery. The power of this habit lies in its simplicity. It does not rely on luck, timing, or external validation. It relies on you, on your willingness to act, and on your commitment to consistency. Resistance will rise and doubt will speak loudly, but that is precisely why this habit matters. The strength of your hesitation is a measure of the transformation awaiting you. Each moment you act despite resistance, each step you take against the pull of comfort, fortifies your mind, body, and character. You are proving to yourself that you are not bound by old patterns, that your potential is not limited by past choices. You are signaling to your brain that you are serious about growth, and the world will respond in kind. Action is the ultimate antidote to fear, the ultimate signal that you are reclaiming control over your life. Picture the effect of embracing this habit tonight. Feel the surge of energy as clarity sharpens your thoughts. Sense the confidence flowing through every decision. Notice the momentum building as each small action compounds, reaching further into every corner of your life. Productivity accelerates, relationships deepen, energy heightens, and purpose strengthens. This is not a distant promise. It is an immediate reality waiting for you to claim. One deliberate choice, taken with intention, triggers a cascade that grows stronger, faster, and more powerful with every repetition. The habit is a key, unlocking doors that previously seemed closed, opening pathways that once appeared unreachable. Tonight, you have the opportunity to step fully into your power. The hesitation that has held you back dissolves under the clarity of action. The fear that has whispered wait fades in the presence of courage. The habit itself is simple, yet its impact is profound. You hold within your grasp the ability to ignite momentum, to reshape your energy, your focus, and your life. One small, deliberate action tonight sets in motion a transformation that compounds with every choice, every effort, every moment that follows. You are ready, you are capable, you are prepared to claim the life you were meant to live, and it all begins with this one step. Every thought you allow to linger, every excuse you entertain, every moment you hesitate is shaping the trajectory of your life. Your habits, whether conscious or unconscious, define who you are, who you become, and what is possible for you. They are the invisible forces that either lift you toward greatness or hold you captive in mediocrity. But here is the undeniable truth. You are not bound by them. You are not your past decisions. You are not your fears. You are not the habits that have held you back. Every cell in your body is capable of growth. Every neural pathway can be rewired. Every pattern can be transformed. The power to break free, to step into a new version of yourself, lies entirely within your reach, waiting for one decisive act of courage tonight. This habit, deceptively simple yet astonishingly powerful, works because it aligns perfectly with how the human mind responds to action. Progress, no matter how small, triggers a surge of chemicals that fuel motivation, focus, and energy. Momentum builds quickly once movement begins, compounding with every repetition. The smallest intentional action sparks a feedback loop that strengthens confidence, resilience, and clarity. The beauty of this is that you do not need to overhaul your life in one moment. You do not need extraordinary skill, resources, or permission from anyone. You need focus, consistency, and the courage to begin. The act itself sends a message to your mind. You are serious. You are committed. You will not settle for less. Resistance will rise. Doubt will whisper. Old patterns will pull, urging you to retreat, to wait, to postpone the transformation that is within your grasp. But resistance is not a warning. It is a signal. It is proof that you are stepping into something meaningful. The greater the internal tug to stay comfortable, the more significant the change awaiting you. Every time you act against that pull, you strengthen the pathways of courage and determination. Every step taken despite discomfort rewires your mind to see obstacles as invitations to grow, setbacks as proof of effort, and hesitation as a signal to act. You are no longer a passive observer of your own life. You are the architect, the creator, the force that shapes everything to come. Visualize the effect of embracing this habit tonight. Feel the energy rising as clarity sharpens your thoughts. Sense the confidence that radiates from taking deliberate action. Notice the momentum building, reaching into every area of your life: productivity, focus, relationships, health, and purpose. This is not a distant promise. This is immediate. One deliberate choice, executed with intention, triggers a cascade that strengthens with every repetition, every decision, every moment that follows. Momentum compounds, confidence deepens, and your sense of control over your life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can shift. The hesitation that has held you back dissolves under the power of clarity. Fear loses its grip in the presence of courage. The habit is simple, yet its impact is monumental. You hold within your hands the ability to ignite a chain reaction that transforms energy, focus, confidence, and ultimately your life. One deliberate, intentional action tonight is all it takes to begin a trajectory that propels you toward the life you have always known is possible. You are ready. You are capable. You are unstoppable. And it starts right now. Right now, the question is not whether you have the ability to change, but whether you will claim it. Deep inside, you already know that life is moving faster than your hesitation, that every delay allows potential to slip further from your grasp. That tight knot of frustration, the restless energy that makes it impossible to sit still, is not a weakness. It is your inner compass pointing toward action. Every successful person, every life transformed, began exactly here, at the edge of discomfort, facing fear, staring down the hesitation that keeps most people stuck. The difference between those who remain trapped in routine and those who rise is not luck. It is deliberate action. It is courage. It is the decision to embrace the smallest, simplest habit that has the power to shift everything. The habit you are about to embrace works because it taps directly into how the brain responds to progress and reward. Every deliberate action, no matter how minor it seems in the moment, triggers a cascade of chemicals that increase motivation, focus, and energy. The mind recognizes effort and responds with momentum. Every repetition strengthens the neural pathways of confidence, resilience, and determination. This is why a single habit, applied consistently, can feel almost miraculous. It is not magic, it is science, amplified by intention. You do not need to wait for perfect conditions or external validation. You do not need permission from anyone. All you need is focus, clarity, and the courage to act tonight. Resistance will push back. Fear will whisper that waiting is safer. Doubt will try to convince you that your actions are meaningless. And yet that resistance is the clearest sign that you are on the threshold of meaningful change. The intensity of the pull to remain comfortable is proportional to the magnitude of the transformation ahead. Every time you act against that resistance, every time you move despite fear, you strengthen the habits of courage and resilience. Each step builds momentum, creating a chain reaction that shapes not only what you do, but who you are becoming. You are no longer a passive observer of your life. You are the architect, the force, the creator of the future you desire. Imagine the immediate impact of committing to this habit tonight. Feel the clarity as your mind sharpens. Sense the surge of energy as confidence floods your body. Notice the momentum building in every area of your life. Productivity accelerates, focus intensifies, relationships deepen, and purpose strengthens. The effect is instantaneous yet compounding. One small action today triggers a cascade of growth that strengthens with every repetition, every decision, every moment that follows. Momentum builds, confidence solidifies. Your control over life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can shift. Hesitation dissolves. Fear loses its hold. The habit, simple yet powerful, becomes the catalyst for transformation. You have the ability to ignite momentum, to harness energy, focus, and confidence, and to set in motion a chain reaction that changes your life. One deliberate action tonight is all it takes to begin a trajectory toward the life you know is possible. You are ready, you are capable, you are unstoppable. The power to transform is already within you. The moment to act is now. Every fiber of your being is capable of transformation. The hesitation you feel, the quiet doubts that linger in the corners of your mind are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you are alive, that you are aware of the gap between who you are and who you are meant to be. Most people avoid this tension, distracting themselves with comfort, excuses, and the illusion of safety. But growth, real unstoppable growth, does not happen in comfort. It happens in the moments when fear and doubt are present, when resistance rises, and when you decide, in spite of it all, to move forward. That decision is within your grasp tonight. The choice to act, to embrace the habit that will reshape your life, is all that stands between you and the life you have always known is possible. This habit is simple, yet its impact is profound because it works in harmony with how your mind and body are wired. Action triggers progress, and progress reinforces confidence. Every deliberate effort releases chemicals that energize your focus, heighten your motivation, and strengthen your determination. Momentum builds faster than most people realize, and one small action can create a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. The power of this habit is not in complexity. It is in the precision of consistency and the courage to begin. You do not need to wait for perfect conditions. You do not need permission from anyone. You do not need to feel completely ready. All you need is clarity, focus, and the resolve to take action tonight. Resistance will rise. Old habits will tug at you, whispering that waiting is safer, that comfort is wiser, that hesitation is acceptable. And yet, that resistance is proof that you are on the brink of meaningful change. The stronger the pull to remain where you are, the greater the reward waiting on the other side of action. Each step you take despite discomfort strengthens the neural pathways of courage and resilience. Each decision to act against fear compounds momentum, transforming hesitation into empowerment. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstances or old patterns. You are the architect of your own life, capable of shaping every moment with intentional action and unwavering focus. Visualize the immediate effect of embracing this habit tonight. Feel the surge of energy as clarity sharpens your mind. Sense the confidence flowing through your body as momentum begins to build. Notice how every area of your life responds. The clarity in your decisions, the acceleration of your productivity, the deepening of your relationships, the strengthening of your purpose. This is not a distant possibility. It is immediate and tangible. One deliberate action taken with intention triggers a cascade of growth that compounds with every repetition, every choice, every moment that follows. Momentum accelerates, confidence solidifies. Your control over your life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can change. Hesitation loses its power. Fear fades in the presence of action. The habit, simple yet potent, becomes the force that propels you forward. You have the ability to ignite momentum, to channel your energy, focus, and confidence into transformation. One intentional action tonight sets a trajectory that carries you toward the life you know is possible. You are ready. You are capable. You are unstoppable. The power to reshape your life is already within you, and the moment to act is now. Your life has been shaped by countless small choices, many of them unconscious, many of them repeated so often that they became automatic. The habits you've allowed to take root define your energy, your focus, your confidence, and your results. But here is the truth that can change everything tonight. Habits are not permanent unless you allow them to be. They are not chains, they are patterns, and patterns can be broken, reshaped, and replaced. The power to do this does not lie in circumstances, luck, or talent. It lies entirely within your willingness to take a deliberate, focused action, to embrace the habit that has the potential to alter everything you have known about yourself and your life. One choice, executed with intention, can create momentum that compounds exponentially, transforming every corner of your existence. The habit you are about to embrace is powerful because it aligns perfectly with how your brain responds to progress. Every action, no matter how small, sends a signal to your mind that you are committed, capable, and serious about growth. That signal triggers a cascade of chemicals that elevate your energy, sharpen your focus, and enhance your confidence. Momentum begins instantly, growing stronger with every repetition, every deliberate choice. The brilliance of this habit is its simplicity. It does not rely on overwhelming effort or external circumstances. It relies on clarity, courage, and the decision to act. The moment you begin, the momentum is unstoppable. Resistance will rise, as it always does. Fear will whisper that waiting is safer. Doubt will urge you to delay. Old habits will pull at you, trying to convince you that comfort is preferable to growth. But resistance is not your enemy. It is proof that the change you are stepping into is meaningful. The intensity of that internal tug reflects the magnitude of the transformation available to you. Every action taken despite discomfort strengthens courage. Every decision made against fear rewires your mind for resilience. Each step forward compounds momentum, transforming hesitation into empowerment. You are not passive. You are the creator of your life, capable of shaping every moment with focus, clarity, and action. Now, imagine the immediate impact of embracing this habit tonight. Feel your mind sharpen as clarity rises. Sense the surge of energy as confidence flows through your body. Notice how momentum begins to build, touching every area of your life. Your productivity accelerates, your focus intensifies, your relationships deepen, your sense of purpose strengthens. This is not a distant promise. It is an immediate, tangible reality. One deliberate action, taken with intention, sets a chain reaction in motion. Each repetition compounds, each choice amplifies, and your momentum grows until transformation feels inevitable. Tonight, everything can change. Hesitation dissolves, fear loses its grip. The habit, simple yet extraordinary in its effect, becomes the catalyst for growth. You hold the power to ignite momentum, to channel energy, focus, and confidence into a transformation that cannot be ignored. One intentional action tonight sets a trajectory that propels you toward the life you have always known is possible. You are ready, you are capable, you are unstoppable. The moment to act is now, and your transformation begins tonight. Every moment you spend waiting, every second you hesitate, is a moment where potential slips silently through your fingers. The life you want, the version of yourself that commands energy, focus, and confidence, is not built by indecision or delay. It is built by action. Deliberate, intentional, and consistent action. The tension you feel right now is not a barrier, it is an invitation. It is your inner compass pointing toward the first step, toward the habit that can ignite momentum faster than you ever imagined. This tension, when embraced, becomes the catalyst for transformation. It is not discomfort that holds you back. It is your choice to allow hesitation to persist. And tonight you have the power to choose differently. The habit you are about to adopt is deceptively simple, yet profoundly effective because it works with the natural wiring of your brain. Every deliberate action triggers a release of chemicals that fuel focus, elevate energy, and reinforce confidence. Momentum begins instantly. The smallest act of courage sends a signal to your mind and body you are capable, you are committed, you are serious about growth. And once that signal is sent, your mind begins to align with your intention. Clarity sharpens, motivation intensifies, resistance, while still present, becomes manageable because the act of action itself overpowers doubt. The compounding effect of repetition transforms one small habit into unstoppable momentum. Resistance will rise. Fear will whisper that waiting is safer. Doubt will attempt to convince you that progress is impossible, but that resistance is proof that you are on the brink of meaningful change. The intensity of that inner pull to stay comfortable reflects the magnitude of what is possible if you act. Every step you take despite fear strengthens the neural pathways of courage, determination, and resilience. Each decision to act against hesitation compounds momentum, reshaping your identity into someone who does not wait for life to happen, but someone who makes it happen. You are no longer passive. You are the creator of your reality, the force that directs every moment of your life with intention and focus. Now feel the impact of embracing this habit tonight. Sense your mind sharpening as clarity floods in. Feel the surge of energy as confidence courses through your body. Notice the momentum building, reaching into every area of your life, your productivity, your focus, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. This is not a distant promise. This is immediate and tangible. One deliberate action sets off a chain reaction that compounds with every repetition, every conscious choice, every step forward. Momentum strengthens, confidence solidifies, your command over your life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can shift. Hesitation loses its power. Fear is overpowered by action. The habit, simple yet transformative, becomes the force that propels you forward. You hold the power to ignite momentum, to channel your energy, focus, and confidence into transformation that cannot be stopped. One intentional action tonight is all it takes to set the trajectory toward the life you know is possible. You are ready, you are capable, you are unstoppable. The moment to act is here, and your transformation begins now. Every second that passes without action is a second where potential fades, where the life you are capable of living slips quietly out of reach. You feel it, that subtle tension inside, the restlessness, the unease, the awareness that something in your life is not yet aligned with who you are meant to be. That tension is not a weakness. It is your compass pointing you toward action, toward the one habit that can ignite transformation faster than anything else you have ever tried. Growth never happens in the absence of tension. It happens when discomfort is met with courage, when fear is faced with deliberate movement, and when hesitation is replaced with focused, consistent effort. Tonight, that choice is entirely within your hands. The habit that will change everything is deceptively simple, yet its power is profound because it works directly with the wiring of your brain. Every deliberate action, no matter how small, sends a signal that you are capable, committed, and serious about growth. Momentum begins immediately. Chemicals flood your system, sharpening focus, boosting energy, and reinforcing confidence. One act of courage triggers a ripple effect that compounds quickly, affecting every thought, every decision, and every area of your life. The beauty of this habit is that it does not require extraordinary circumstances, perfection, or permission from anyone. It only requires intention, clarity, and the willingness to act. Resistance will rise, as it always does. Doubt will whisper that you are not ready, that it is safer to wait. Old patterns will tug at you, trying to convince you that comfort is preferable to transformation. That resistance, however, is not a barrier. It is proof that you are stepping into something meaningful. The intensity of the internal pull to remain comfortable reflects the magnitude of the change that awaits if you act. Every moment you move forward, despite fear, strengthens neural pathways of resilience, courage, and determination. Each deliberate action compounds momentum, transforming hesitation into empowerment and reshaping your identity into someone who does not wait for life to happen, but makes it happen. You are not passive. You are the architect of your life, capable of creating momentum that reshapes your reality. Imagine the immediate effect of embracing this habit tonight. Feel the clarity sharpening your mind, the surge of energy flowing through your body, the confidence that rises with every step you take. Notice the momentum building, touching every area of your life. Productivity accelerates, focus intensifies, relationships deepen, and your sense of purpose strengthens. This is not a distant promise. It is a tangible reality waiting for you to claim. One deliberate action taken with intention triggers a chain reaction that compounds with every repetition, every choice, every step forward. Momentum grows, confidence solidifies, and your control over your life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can change. Hesitation loses its grip. Fear is overpowered by action. The habit, simple yet transformative, becomes the force that propels you forward. You hold the power to ignite momentum, to channel your energy, focus, and confidence into a transformation that cannot be stopped. One intentional action tonight sets a trajectory that propels you toward the life you have always known is possible. You are ready. You are capable. You are unstoppable. The moment to act is here. Your transformation begins now. Every hesitation, every doubt, every second spent waiting is a moment where your potential is slipping quietly away. You feel it deep inside, the restless energy, the tension, the quiet recognition that you are capable of more than you are currently living. That tension is not a sign of weakness. It is a compass pointing toward action. It is an internal signal that growth is within reach, that transformation is available, and that the life you have been dreaming of is closer than you think. Growth is never comfortable. It thrives in the spaces where fear meets courage, where doubt meets decisive action, and where hesitation is replaced by focused, deliberate movement. Tonight, that choice is yours, and the power to act lies entirely within your hands. The habit you are about to embrace is deceptively simple, yet its effect is monumental because it works with the natural wiring of your brain. Every deliberate action, no matter how small, sends a signal to your mind and body you are capable. You are committed. You are serious about growth. That signal triggers a cascade of chemical responses that elevate energy, sharpen focus, and strengthen confidence. Momentum begins immediately. One act of courage sparks a chain reaction, touching every thought, every decision, every area of your life. The brilliance of this habit is that it does not require extraordinary conditions, perfection, or external permission. It requires intention, clarity, and the courage to begin. Resistance will rise. Doubt will whisper that it is safer to wait, that comfort is preferable to action. Old patterns will tug at you, trying to convince you that hesitation is acceptable. And yet, that resistance is not a barrier. It is proof that you are stepping into something meaningful. The intensity of the pull to remain comfortable reflects the magnitude of transformation awaiting you if you act. Every time you take deliberate action despite fear, you strengthen neural pathways of courage, resilience, and determination. Each step compounds momentum, transforming hesitation into empowerment and reshaping your identity into someone who does not wait for life to happen but creates it. You are not passive. You are the architect of your own reality, capable of directing every moment of your life with intention and focus. Feel the immediate impact of embracing this habit tonight. Sense your mind sharpening as clarity rises. Feel your energy surge as confidence flows through your body. Notice the momentum building, extending into every area of your life. Productivity accelerates, focus intensifies, relationships deepen, and purpose grows stronger. This is not a distant possibility. It is an immediate reality waiting for you to claim. One deliberate action, taken with intention, triggers a cascade that compounds with every repetition, every conscious choice, and every step forward. Momentum grows, confidence solidifies, and your sense of control over life becomes undeniable. Tonight, everything can shift. Hesitation loses its grip. Fear is overpowered by action. The habit, simple yet transformative, becomes a catalyst that propels you forward. You hold the power to ignite momentum, to channel your energy, focus, and confidence into a transformation that cannot be stopped. One intentional action tonight sets a trajectory that carries you toward the life you have always known is possible. You are ready. You are capable. You are unstoppable. The moment to act is here. Your transformation begins now.